Happy Tuesday. Today is March 9th. It is my dad's birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. Happy 73. I knew you'd want me to call that out on here, so you're welcome. All right. So I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to join. The dog's getting all excited. Starts wagging his tail as soon as I start talking to my camera. Morning, Elizabeth. All right, you guys. So I feel like a shake this morning. Before pre-video, I used to have a shake almost every morning because I love all the shakes. There's so many good shakes in the book. There's Pinterest though. Pinterest, you guys, Pinterest. I'm creating, like, I don't share a lot of my boards, I don't think, but I'm trying to set it up so that I can share my boards, like, on my page and stuff, so you guys can see all the links that I cook right in one place. I was thinking of creating a board that was just for the videos I had done, so that I could direct people there if they wanted a link, and they'll all be there. That's my goal, anyway. So I found this shake that I've been keeping an eye on. I'm thinking, I think I'm gonna make that someday when I'm brave. But this shake has scrambled eggs in it. And she even mentions on her blog, I was even reading, this is from Wonderfully Made and Dearly Loved, she has some amazing recipes, you guys. I love her blog. She says, there have been a lot of comments about the scrambled eggs being a weird ingredient. Let me just say why we chose to make these shakes in this manner. They taste great, and many people don't want to ingest raw eggs, which I wouldn't. If they were fresh off the farm, I would, but not from the grocery store because they've probably been sitting there forever. Thanks, Donna. And then it says, it is different from all the recipes out there. Well, I love custard. And so, you know, I thought I'd give it a try. I had that, remember when I had, it's been a long time, but I had that pumpkin shake. Was that from Trim Healthy Future? That had the boiled egg in it? And I was so grossed out, and it was like the best shake I'd ever made. I don't remember if that's the pumpkin one from Trim Healthy Future, or if that was something I found online, but I remember it was phenomenal. And I swore right then I would never question a recipe's weird ingredients again. I would try them and then question them if necessary. But hey, we haven't tried it, so let's give it a go. It might be the most delicious thing we've ever eaten, right? You never know. Custard is good, peanut butter is good, and chocolate is good, and this has all three, so I think it's gonna be a win. So it says 2 scrambled eggs, or you can use half a cup of egg whites, but I don't wanna do that. I wanna use the whole egg. I need lots of protein to hold me through the morning. 2 scrambled eggs, scrambled in coconut oil, cooked in coconut oil. So I'll bring you over here to my disgusting stove that desperately, oh my word, it needs to be cleaned so bad. I look at the stove and think, you really have this disgusting mess on camera. If you could only see it. But I'm not gonna show you any more than what I am because it is nasty. I need somebody to come clean my stove. And I need some light over here. Light, it's dark. All right, let me get my eggs. I'm almost out of eggs. I have 3 eggs. I don't know how that's supposed to get me till Sunday. It's not. Sam's Club day. I'm gonna have to make a run. Let's put one pan away since we don't need both on the stove at the same time. What's another dirty dish? Oh my gosh. I noticed I have a scratch on my pan. My brand new pan. That's not supposed to scratch. I don't know if it broke the surface or maybe it's not a scratch. I guess it's just I don't know. Better not scratch. This pan better not scratch. I will lose my butt on some ninja people if my no scratch pan scratched. It's a good thing they have a warranty. We'll find out. We'll see. I don't know. I better not touch it while it's 1,000 degrees. Slow your roll, KJ. Slow your roll. All right. Take my little spatula. Oh, it says to cook them in coconut oil. I don't know if that makes a difference to the shake, but I'm gonna follow her instruction. I don't need a whole bunch to do this. Just a little. All right. I guess it's good enough. Good enough. It could be, Susan. Listen, nothing would surprise me. Oh, it isn't made with love unless it's got a dog hair in it. That's just how I look at it. Dog hair and everything around here. Oh, and an eggshell. The way I look at it, if you get grossed out by a dog hair in your food, you probably shouldn't eat it in my house. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. My husband gets totally grossed out by it, but then again, he's weird. He gets grossed out by everything. He's weird. The man can go on an ambulance run back in the day when he used to work on the ambulance and see guts and gore, but give him a dog hair in his sandwich and it's all over. My grandfather used to be the same way. He would, if he got a hair in his food, he would literally lose it, like lose his cookies. Like, he couldn't handle it, just the idea. This looks like a lot of eggs for a shake, you guys. Well, that was a dumb sentence. Any amount of scrambled eggs looks like a lot for a shake, in my opinion. But this looks like an awful lot to be going in my shake. I don't know. If I should change it up right now and throw bacon in there too. I don't know. I'm nervous about some scrambled eggs in my shake. Alright, those scrambled eggs look really good. I kind of want to eat them. They actually look really good. I never cook my eggs in coconut oil, and I don't know why. Those look good. Now I want scrambled eggs. Maybe I'll have scrambled eggs for breakfast. I mean for lunch. Who knows? Eggs fried in coconut oil are my new favorite. Who would have thought putting those two together would be so satisfying? Well, I mean, they say all the time to do it in the book for like a deep S, but I've never done it. I don't know why. I cook with coconut oil a lot. I just never scrambled my eggs in it. I don't know why. I feel kind of dumb now saying that, because why haven't I? There must be a valid reason. It's called KJ never thought of it. Good morning in South Carolina. Is it lovely down there today? I bet it is. I bet it's not cold. Although it's going to be 60 here on Friday, you guys. I am getting out. Crap, Nikki, you're right. I only have one egg left. You just ruined my lunch. I am getting out my flip-flops, you guys. It is going to be 60. 60 degrees is flip-flop weather. I mean, who am I kidding? 32 degrees is flip-flop weather in Maine. I'll wear flip-flops anytime you give them to me, but I'm definitely getting them out for this Friday. Not that I'll be going anywhere, but if I do, it's gonna be with flip-flops. We're gonna lose a whole bunch of snow on Friday, and I'm super excited about that. I don't know, I just heard something. I don't know what it was. All right, those eggs are really strong smelling. They're gonna be in my shake. Okay, it says I have to add the first 8 ingredients. I linked the recipe, by the way, to this post, and y'all are gonna go make it. Because, well, unless it's horrible, which I don't think it's gonna be. But it is linked in the post. So, half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. I use my homemade almond milk and pray that it's still good, because I'm wicked nervous about how long it's gonna hold up. Ooh. I'm gonna be sniffing my almond milk now every time. It's not weird at all. She sniffs all of her ingredients. I don't know why. Well, All right, 2 tablespoons of defatted peanut flour. My mother just brought me some down yesterday because she bought herself a bag and then decided she doesn't need a whole bag and took out a couple of like a cup and gave me the rest. Awesome, Susan. I can't wait to hear how you like it. I think, if I remember right, Dawn, I'll have to look it up, but if I remember right, avocado oil is a good fat. You just don't want to cook with it. If I remember right, it's okay to eat, like, I could be wrong, but I'll have to look it up. I think it's okay on salad and stuff like that, but you don't want to cook with it. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's got a low or a high smoke point. I don't know. I get those all those oil rules. I get confused. That's why I usually just cook with butter, because I know it's okay. If I just go with butter, I'm bound to be okay. 2 tablespoons, you know, or 2.5, based on your heavy-handed measurements. A dash of mineral salt. I've got more salt in this house somewhere. I gotta find it. I'm almost out up here. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I mean, I gotta be honest to the recipe writers out there. Don't even put that on your recipe. Put at least a tablespoon. I always use avocado oil to roast because it has a high smoke point, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I don't know either. Anyway, 1/2 teaspoon. Oh, super sweet. Super sweet. Every time I say super sweet, I think of that girl from Saturday Night Live who, do you know who I'm talking about? Superstar? Every single time I say super sweet, I think to myself, sometimes when I get really nervous, I put my hands in my armpits like this and I smell them. If you haven't seen Saturday Night Live right now, you're like, she's weird. I mean, you've probably been thinking that for a while, but you just totally got freaked out when I did that. But if you've watched Saturday Night Live, you totally feel me. 1 to 2 teaspoons of, yes, Molly Shannon. That's back when Saturday Night Live was still funny. Before it got lame. All right, 2 teaspoons of super sweet. 1 scoop of THM Pristine powder. Chocolate, vanilla. Where's my plane? You guys saw me take it out the other day. What did I do with it? Did I leave it over here? What did I do? Up there, pristine way. So a scoop is a 1/4 cup. I could just eyeball it, but you know, it's gonna have a lot of protein in it. Holy moly. There's a lot of protein. A scoop of whey and 2 eggs. I could have lessened up on the protein a little, I think. All right, and it says, add the ingredients and process until smooth. Oh, I gotta put the eggs in there. With the blender running, sprinkle the Gluccie powder and process for 30 seconds. I'm not gonna do it that way because I don't find it easy with this blender to be adding stuff while it's open. So yeah, Lisa, I just realized that's a lot of protein. I'm not gonna be hungry until supper. 1/2 teaspoon of Gluccie. All right, here's a tablespoon. Let's eyeball 1/2 teaspoon. That looks about right. Ish. All right, so blend that. Oh, I gotta put the eggs in there. Ugh. Here goes nothing. I'm sorry if you're wasted, poor scrambled eggs. My apologies. It's got a great smell, you guys. It's great. It's got a great smell. All right. turn ya so you can see Brenda, the blender, turn on. So it says to process till smooth, so there's only a tiny bit in there. That's not gonna take long. Okay. Smooth. Wait, this says it has chocolate in it. Oh, it's chocolate chips. Calm down, KJ. Yeah, it scares me a bit too, Ashley. Well, it just smells like peanut butter. It doesn't smell like eggs. All right. With the blender running, sprinkle the Gluccie. Oh, and process for 30 seconds. I didn't do that. I'm supposed to process an additional 30. So, all right, let's do that. Let's follow the instructions. 30 seconds. There's not much in there, so it's like barely running. I said it smelled like peanut butter. It smells like eggs and peanut butter. I take it back. I hope this is not another replay of sweet eggs. Because those were gross. Oh. No offense to the lovely blogger who wrote the sweet eggs recipe, but it's not for me. I'm sure somebody out there loved it. Actually, somebody posted a thing and said, this is a play on the sweet eggs. KJ did. I'm like, somebody got some benefit out of that. All right. It said to go for 30, and I just went for 40 because I'm not paying attention because I'm running my face. All right. Are you going to make them, Lisa? I had one last night with I was going to post the picture today, and I totally forgot. I was going to post it last night, and I forgot. I'll post it today. But I took a picture of my dad and mom having birthday cake. I made my dad a German chocolate cake with, like, homemade German chocolate frosting, like the good kind. And I got to tell you, I was not even remotely tempted by that cake. My mom took a bite of my zucchini bread whoopie pie, and I expected her to go, Kelly, that's disgusting. But she didn't. She said, it's not bad. Doesn't taste like much. Oh my gosh, but I ate it, and I enjoyed it. We had hot dogs and a cake. Went super fancy. I made a really quick Wonder Wrap. I'm just letting this sit because it says to let it sit for a minute. But I made a Wonder Wrap and put some sauerkraut in there with some mustard and a little tiny drizzle of ketchup and a hot dog. And that was my supper. And we ate at 4 o'clock. And I was good. I felt like an old lady. My dinner at 4. It was okay. It was good. And then we had cake. All right. This smells really bad. At first you're like, peanut butter. And then you're like, I think there's scrambled eggs in there. All right. Now it says, add coconut oil with blender running to emulsify. All right, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm afraid it's gonna get everywhere, but I'm gonna try it. So 2 tablespoons of coconut oil melted. Holy Hannah, that's some oil. Okay, so if you're not used to eating coconut oil, you might wanna be careful with this recipe because y'all are gonna poop a lot if you eat this recipe by it, for the first time. If this is your first THM shake, don't eat 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. So what I'm gonna do to lighten it up a little bit is I'm gonna do 1, and then I'm gonna add some MCT. I don't want 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in my breakfast. Throw it away, throw my shake away, Lisa. No, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna like it. It's gonna be delicious, and we're all gonna celebrate together. We're all gonna celebrate KJ's scrambled egg shake. Well, it's not KJ's. It's this blogger's shake. We're all gonna celebrate together how delicious it is. I can feel it in my bones. Alright, I'm just melting my coconut oil and get my MCT. I need to order more MCT. I'm getting, oh, I guess I'm not. Alright. Hey, I need, Misfit sent me Swiss chard. What, oh my gosh. I'm glad Dawn answered because I've never had it. Gotcha, Lisa. That's what you were saying, throw away. I don't know what to do with Swiss chard. I'm not sure I would have a clue. All right, I'm doing a tablespoon of MCT and a tablespoon of coconut instead of 2 tablespoons of coconut. All right, it says to, with the blender running, sprinkle the, oh, I already did that. Add the coconut oil with the blender running to emulsify. Okay. I know, Kristen, this is a lot of fat, but that's okay. It's okay. We don't limit our healthy fats. I mean, you don't want to eat 6 tablespoons in a meal, but it's okay. All right, let's see what happens when I turn this on. Let me bring you over just so we can do this together. All right. Let me bring you over to Brenda the blender. All right. I'm going to put my little cover on for a second and see if I can put this on low. All right, here goes nothing. I'm nervous. Oh man, I did it. No explosions. All right. This is a lot of steps for a shake. All right, it says now to add, it doesn't tell me when to add the chocolate chips, but there is a tablespoon of chocolate chips in here. But 1.5 cups of ice. It says to add 1.5 cups of ice. So I'm gonna add spinach and ice because if I'm eating scrambled eggs in a shake, I'm eating spinach too. I mean, I'm gonna do it all the way. Let me get some ice. All right, let me get my spinach. Has got a smell that is special. All right, adding the ice, and now I'm gonna add the spinach. Have I not opened my spinach? I've had this a week and I haven't opened it? That, what? Oh, that's because I had that colonoscopy. I didn't eat for 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, something like that. All right. Okay, fresh old bag of spinach. Make sure there's no snails in it like that other time. Doesn't say to do this, but like I said, I'm not making a shake with no spinach. Oh, Lori, you failed with the quinoa? What happened? You just didn't like it or it didn't come out? Vassie, you don't need spinach. You'll just spit it out and then I'll end up stepping on it. All right. I'm sorry, that's too bad. I loved that. I have a bunch left over in my fridge and I was thinking of having it for lunch because it was so good. So I loved it. Oh man, I loved it. All right, let's whiz this baby up. Let's put it on the whole shake setting and just let her go to town. I think it's gonna need more liquid. I don't know. Was it like undercooked, Lori? I wonder if it needed a little more liquid. Oh yeah, girl, I need more liquid in this shake. Seized right up on me. That's because I added that spinach. If I hadn't added the spinach, all would be well, but that's okay. It's worth it for a little spinach. I gotta move you guys over here so I'm not like right up in your business. That's a good look. Nobody wants to see this. All right. I can't, I don't know. I don't have a kitchen mitt for this. All right. I'm gonna add like another 1/2 cup because it's needing it. Might end up with ice cream. Oh, Melissa. Unexpectedly? Or was this a planned hospital visit? I'm sorry you're in the hospital. That stinks. can think of a lot of places I'd rather be than a hospital bed. Just about anywhere. Alright, this has sugar-free chocolate chips. And I just realized, no, I didn't just realize, yesterday when I was doing something, I realized I don't say sugar, I say sugar. Why do I say sugar? Alright, hold on. That's a good look. Flashing y'all, you guys gotta... Oh, that's right, Melissa, you told me that. I'm sorry. Oop. Alright. Says to add a tablespoon of chocolate chips. So, pop that in there, and I'm gonna let it go for a minute because I hate it when my chocolate chunks are big enough to get stuck in my straw. It drives me nutty. Lori, I have rice grain cake, yogurt, slow cook, and yogurt button. You have to, is it an Instant Pot, Lori? It's got to have a cook or something button on there. Manual. Manual is the one that you have to use. Yeah, manual or pressure cook. I think they're just newer version, older version. I think they changed the name of the button. It's manual. Because my ingredients said to hit manual and I didn't have a manual button, so I hit pressure cook, and I looked it up after and they said if I don't have the manual button, hit the pressure button. All right. Here goes nothing, guys. Well, you know what it smells like? Custard. Given the fact that it's a custard shake, I'm going to say it's a win. Look at all those greens in there. Health. Total health. I'm all about it. Give me the greens, baby. I gotta look at my straw. These straws make me nervous. I love metal straws, but I get nervous that I'm gonna get some chunk of funk from the last time I used it. All right. I'm really nervous. All right. Oh, Bassy, are you as nervous as I am to taste this shake? Well, I'll say this. I do have a straw brush. I'm just not very good with it. I'll say this. It's good. It tastes good. It's a little bit underwhelming. It's good. It's less, it's not very flavorful. I say that to say this. The last 2 meals that I've eaten, I haven't tasted very well. No, I don't think I have the Rona, but my allergies are driving me crazy. And when my allergies drive me crazy, I don't have a ton of taste. So I'm not saying it doesn't have a lot of flavor for sure, but for me it doesn't. It could be my allergies, but it's not very thick. It's not very thick, but that could be because I added that extra almond milk because I added the spinach. So that could be my fault. You can leave the spinach out if you want to try it. It does have a custardy flavor. The peanut butter flavor is not very strong. It's just kind of milky tasting, to be honest, but that could be because I added that extra almond milk to whiz up my spinach. But it's got a ton of health in here. So is it good enough for me this morning? Yeah, I'll drink it. It's not bad. It doesn't taste like scrambled eggs, I'll say that. I think I would try this again. I did add the ice, Lisa. Yep. I think I would try it again and leave out the spinach just to see if it tastes stronger, to see if that extra almond milk and spinach that I added took away from the flavor. There was sweetener in it, Terry. There was 2 teaspoons of super sweet, but it's not very sweet at all. It's not very sweet. I could definitely up the sweetener a little. I would probably put, I like my stuff sweet, so I would probably up the sweetener to at least a tablespoon. At least, maybe even a little bit extra of super sweet, but it's definitely, it's worth a try. I'll say this. I got down eggs, which is super good for me. I got down a whole butt ton of coconut oil and MCT oil for me, which is, I mean, I said that wrong. I got down a whole bunch of coconut oil and MCT oil, which is super good for me. I got down a whole, probably cup and a half at least of spinach. So this right here has a whole bunch of health in this jar. So it's worth it, even if it, I mean, it doesn't taste gross. I'll say that. That's my review. It's not gross. It's good, but it's not like, oh my word, this is the best thing I've ever tasted. I would drink it again. It's good enough to drink again. But like I said, I think that's partially my fault because I put the spinach and the extra almond milk in, and that almond milk, that homemade almond milk, is strong, and so it's very almondy. I find that the homemade almond milk is good, but it overpowers everything I'm using it in. Everything tastes like almonds with it, so I like it, but I don't know that it's gonna be a long-term thing for me because it's just very almondy. I don't want my almond milk to taste like almonds. No, Kim, I did not die. Lisa, what do you have instead of super sweet? What are you using for a sweetener? You must be using either gentle sweet or pure or monk fruit. What are you using? I could add extra peanut butter extract if I had some, but mine went bad and I made some Gluccie pudding with it and it legit tasted like alcohol. My whole pudding, I was like, I'm a girl gonna get drunk on this stuff. Holy Moses, was I, you know, speaking of which, I really need some Gluccie pudding. You have gentle sweet and pure stevia, so I would put at least 2 tablespoons of gentle sweet, or I would put like 4 dunks of stevia, one or the other. Lisa, at least. I like, depending on the level of sweetness you like. I need some Gluccie pudding. I should make it while you guys are right here. I want some Gluccie pudding for tonight. I was thinking of that this morning. Do you want me to make up a Gluccie pudding, or do you want me to say good day and have a great day and goodbye? I can slap together a little Gluccie pudding if you want. I can look. Have you done a video of making the pudding? I have done one other. I usually make the same pudding. Let me see if I can find, there's a lemon one. That sounds gross. Chocolate peanut butter. I haven't tried that one. That recipe looks bad. I am not gonna try that. It has 2 teaspoons of Gluccie. That is way too much Gluccie in a Gluccie pudding. I don't know who wrote that recipe. Holy Hannah. Tastes like Snickers pudding. Let's see if that's a Gluccie pudding. 4 cups of almond milk. This is a Gluccie pudding. That's a lot of Gluccie pudding. But it tastes like Snickers. I'm just looking on my computer over here to find a recipe. I want to find a good recipe. Chocolate peanut butter. Oh, and then you click on it and it said, this recipe does not exist. That's helpful. I got all the ingredients. All right. All right. Okay. Let me get my trusty handy cookbook and see if I can. This recipe here is not going to work. It's got things in it I have never heard of. I'm not putting moringa powder in Gluccie pudding and calling it Snickers. I'm gonna make my own. All right, let me get my handy dandy cookbook. Trim Healthy Cookbook. You guys crack me up. You remember what's in my cabinets better than I do. All right, let's see. Gluccie pudding. Has anybody tried this glycine glory? I've never tried it. All right, here we go. Salted caramel. I'm gonna make Snickers because this recipe calls for moringa powder, which I find hysterical. That does not belong in Gluccie pudding. Yeah, I am not putting that, Terry, in my Gluccie pudding. That sounds horrible. I'm not doing it. Okay, but it has cocoa and caramel and peanut flour. That's all that's in a Snickers anyway, is cocoa, caramel, and peanut flour. So if I warp this salted caramel Gluccie pudding recipe into Snickers. All right, let me rinse out my custard real quick. Give me just a second to clean up. Only take me a minute. Clean enough. Alright, I'm gonna have to dry that out. Let me get the green out of here. I don't want no green in my Gluccie pudding. I love green in my shake, but I am not having a green Gluccie pudding. It will not be. Yeah, moringa powder is what it says on Pinterest. I'm not gonna be, it's a random recipe. Sometimes Pinterest leads you down a weird trail. And I just ignore sometimes. Like, I'll get ideas. Like, I will follow a lot of Pinterest recipes if it's a legit blog or something, but this is some, I don't even know what the website is. It doesn't, when I click on it, it says this recipe does not exist. So it's like some screenshot somebody took, and whoever made it had issues because they put moringa powder in their Gluccie. But you know what? You do you, boo. If you want to put moringa powder in your Gluccie, you go right ahead. But I won't be trying it. I'm not putting no veggies in my Gluccie pudding. I get enough veggies throughout my day. I don't need it in my Gluccie. Ugh. That would be that's just wrong. No, it's definitely moringa powder. Blech. Which I like. I don't mind, but like I said, I don't want it in my Snickers. I will, Carrie, if it turns out. Let's be clear. I'm not making any promises here. I'm using my Gluccie recipe to remember the order to put things in, because I'm very specific with the order that I put things in my Gluccie according to the recipe. Like, the recipe in the book starts with the almond milk, sweeteners, and extracts. So I'm going to do all of that, all the flavorings, and we'll just do it. Let's just do it as we go. We'll figure it out. All right. So I'm not going to use this recipe that's on here. I'm going to use the recipe from the book and warp it. So if you have the book, you're going to need the book to find the base recipe, because it's a copyrighted recipe. So it's page 351 of Trim Healthy Cookbook. I didn't think, for crying out loud, all over my counter. If I didn't have a mess to clean up, it wouldn't be a Tuesday. All right. Did you just see what I just did when I was measuring that? I just went like this. And that, ladies, is why I'm getting bifocals. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my bifocals. I'm probably not going to enjoy this very much. All right, so my almond milk, super sweet. Yeah, baby. All right, where's my super sweet? Did I already leave it out? Did I? No, I put it away. Why did I do that? I never put anything away when I'm supposed to. My daughter got the real sugar out yesterday for me, and she put it back right in my face. So I got to be really careful not to grab the sugar. Sugar. All right, super sweet. They're so cute, Lisa. I can't wait to get my new frames. They're stupid cute. They're red with polka dots, and that's like my whole thing is just polka dots and red. I love red. All right. I need some dunkage. I need a little dunky dunk, badunka dunk. Get out of there. Oh my word. Jeepers. Now it's all over. See, that's what I try to avoid, is getting it all over the side. Somebody posted on the Trim Healthy page this morning that they were listening to the Unshow when they were talking about the dunks being one of their biggest sellers, that they sell tons of these, and Danny said tons of them go to Vegas, and that's because they're using them out there for drugs. And Pearl or Serena, can't remember which, said, "Are you telling me that our little homeschool children are bagging up dunk spoons for drugs?" If you haven't listened to the old episodes of the Unshow, it will keep you in stitches. I absolutely loved it. I'm going to miss it. All right, some salt. All right, and here's where I'm going to deviate from the recipe. I'm going to put peanut butter powder. Peanut powder. I mean, not peanut butter powder. Let's put in, let's see, I don't know. Let's go with 2 tablespoons. There's one. Let's go with a heaping tablespoon next, because, you know, 1 normal, 1 heaping. All right. What else? Caramel. What do they put in the original? So, caramel, however you say it in your part of the world. I got it here somewhere. Caramel. I don't know. I'm going to put a capful, so I'm going to guess that's like ½ teaspoon. And then chocolate. So there's got to be cocoa, because Snickers has chocolate. So if I were making chocolate gluccie, I would put 2 tablespoons. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if all that extra powder from the peanut flour is going to affect this or not. We're going to find out, aren't we? All right, now this is where I also deviate from the original recipe's instructions, because it says start blending on low and then add the gluccie. I don't do that. I just add the gluccie right up front because my blender is a beast. So, teaspoon. So, 1½ teaspoons of the gluc. This stuff is so, I love this. What did you say? I say caramel because my husband loses his mind if you say caramel. I don't know. I think there's like there's 2 different, I don't know. Is caramel and caramel 2 different things? I don't know. Whatever. They both taste good. All right. So now we need to blend this on high for 1 minute. Like I could have, Susan, that would have been using my brain, but why didn't I do that? See, you guys are smarter than I am. I didn't even think of that. Math. I think the biggest tip with gluccie pudding is following the recipe to the order, the instructions, not necessarily the ingredients. Figure those out. Do what you want. But for the instructions, follow them and do exactly what it says. It says to blend for 1 minute on high. Do it for 1 minute on high. need to let it sit for 30 seconds and then resume blending for 1 to 2 minutes. I do 1 minute because my blender is, like I said, a beast. And I don't, but if your blender is not crazy, super strong, high speed, then do for 2 minutes. But this blender would heat it to boiling if I did that. All right, so I think it's been about 30 seconds. So blend for another 1 minute, but just before you stop, you add the whey protein. So I'm gonna let it go for a minute while I get my whey protein out. I could have used chocolate and lightened up on the sweetener. Why didn't I think of that? All right, 1 minute, let her go. How much whey? Oh, this is exciting. Once you put the whey in, it says 10 to 20 seconds, which is, you don't want to go very long because it will get fluffy and huge, and I don't like my pudding fluffy. I want it to taste like pudding. It's nice and warm. My blender heats everything up. It's actually steaming. It's so warm. Now I'm going to add in my whey protein and let it go for 20. Actually, I'm probably only going to let it go for 10 seconds because this baby is a beast. Like I said that like 6 times, didn't I? When I take that cover off. Holy. Leah, I can add while blending if I take this little thing off and just keep the cover open, but I just don't bother. This thing breaks everything down. So if I'm trying to emulsify something, I will, but most of the time I don't bother. Like I did with that shake because it specifically said I needed to emulsify it. Look at the steam. It's, well, you probably can't see it from there. It's hot. But that's because this blender, Brenda, she's powerful. All right, so looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, here's the Gluccie pudding. It's a little bit fluffy. It's a little bit fluffier than I like, but I think it'll settle. There's lots of air bubbles in there. It'll settle. But if you blend it too long with the whey, it's almost gonna taste a little bit more like mousse than it is. I should have tested the flavor before I put it in the bowl, right? In case I needed to fix something, but I'm not that smart. I don't think things through. If I thought things through, well, I probably wouldn't be such a bad cook. All right. Well, it tastes like a hot Snickers. It's hot because of my blender, but let me get an actual spoon. That was not in my Gluccie. Not that it should gross you out, but. All right, so I told you I shouldn't have cleaned this out until I checked it. Did I put the sweetener in there? It tastes absolutely no sweetener whatsoever. I put both the stevia and the super sweet, and it's not even remotely sweet. That must be because of the peanut powder that I added, and it unsweetened it a little bit. So, okay, well, that's all right. It's all right. It's not a loss. I'm just gonna add some sweetener. It's okay. It's okay. I'm telling myself this. Okay, KJ. It's Your gluc is not a loss. I'm gonna put gentle sweet in it this time because the reason I'm gonna put gentle sweet this time, I'm gonna put a big old tablespoon. You might think it's sweet enough, I do not. But the reason I'm using gentle sweet is because I don't wanna mix this for very long because I don't want it to get whippy with the whey that's in there, and if I whip it too long, it's gonna get whippy. I just used the word whip a whole bunch. So I'm putting gentle sweet so that it doesn't really have to like dissolve very far. I'm literally gonna blend this up for like 5 seconds. And then it will dissolve more as it sits in my fridge through the day. Good enough. That will dissolve more as it sits through the day. I've got a whole bunch of pudding on the inside of my cover that I don't want to waste. That's a whole mouthful. All right, now I can taste it. I don't want to taste that spoon because it's covered in gentle sweet, and that would be nasty pants. A whole mouthful of sweetener. Much better. Much better. So let's, it does taste good, but it's not nearly as strong Snickers flavor as I thought. I'm starting to wonder why I can't taste anything. I'm starting to get nervous. Did somebody give me the Rona? Why can't I taste? Everything tastes bland to me this morning. All right, here's hoping it's just my allergies. Everything is like bland, so you could flavor and go, whoa, that's way too sweet. Well, that's because I can't taste anything for some reason. I can't like hardly taste the peanut butter in that. All right, well anyway, that's what your gluccie pudding should look like. Pudding. Looks exactly like pudding. When I put this in my bowl, the texture of this at night is exactly like old traditional pudding. I leave it in a big bowl like this. You can measure, pre-portion it out, but I don't do that. I put the whole thing in my fridge just like this, and I eat off it for a few days. I just scoop out what I want, because some nights I want just a little mouthful, and other nights I want a whole lot. So that's perfect. It'll be in there tonight after supper. I'll have my fuel pull pudding dessert. Because I try not, I have those zucchini bread whoopie pies. That's one reason I had 1 hot dog yesterday. I was not going to eat 2. I mean, I could eat 2 or 3 hot dogs. I'm not going to eat 2, 3 hot dogs and then have a zucchini bread. Because I could, but I probably shouldn't. So eating these heavy desserts, if I were to eat them after every single supper at night, it would not do a body good. I don't want to do that. So having a fuel pull at the end of my meal is perfect. I won't have this at snack time. This will be my after dinner dessert for like 3 or 4 days. I love it. I don't know, Kim. I think I'm okay. But I don't know. There's literally 0 taste to that shake. It's all I taste is nothing. So I don't know, maybe you should go try to make this, and you'll be like, this is the best shake I've ever had. I don't know. I don't know, we'll find out. All right, that's it, you guys. I gotta go to work. I got a whole bunch to do today. I hope you all have a blessed on-plan day. It's Tuesday, there's nothing to pull you off plan today. If you look at unhealthy food today, I want you to think to yourself, they did, Terry. Yeah, I had a Rona test already. I want you to think to yourself, what would KJ say if I ate that off-plan food? And then you're gonna picture me yelling at you. I'm just kidding. I don't yell. You're gonna picture me saying, there's no reason to go off plan, it's Tuesday. And you're gonna stay on plan, right? Okay, because I'm gonna stay on plan today, and you're gonna stay on plan with me. We're gonna stay on plan together. All right, I love you all. I hope you have a blessed Tuesday. I hope you have a productive day. I hope you recognize the joy all around you, whether you're feeling it or not. If you look for it, you'll find it. I promise you. If you just look for it, it's there. All right, you guys, have a great day. I will talk to you soon. I'm sure I'll talk to you later today. All right.